What have we got here? I tell you what we've got. We've got these low profile Exoterra enclosures. And today, guys, I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to be doing with these things. Hopefully it's going to be pretty exciting, just like I think I'm pretty excited all about it. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for finding me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button to continue to join the venture. For everyone else, let's just get stuck into it. Welcome to CrittaCam. I thought I'd take you through the upgrades that we're doing here for our beautiful lizards. As you know, we keep these gorgeous little creatures here, the Varanus primordius. That's right, Varanus primordius, absolute drop dead, gorgeous little monitors. One of the few little monitors that we keep. Now, at the moment, we're keeping them or maintaining them in these 60 by 45 by 45 Exoterra enclosures. Great enclosures. I love these enclosures. What could be better than this enclosure? Actually getting it in a 30 centimeter high enclosure. So that's what we've done. I've got some. So what we're going to do is move these little monitors, these beautiful little guys, keeping them in the pairs that they are. They've got themselves into a little pair scenario here. So we're going to move these guys into a lower height enclosure, which is going to make it a lot better for me for two reasons. Number one, the UV light is going to have better penetration and the heat globes are going to be able to build up that temperature a little bit more efficiently. So at the moment, these guys are sitting at about 45 to 48 degrees at that temperature zone right there with the Exoterra reflector globes. Absolute gorgeous little things. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to be removing some of these old cages. So these old cages here are cages I did about 15, maybe 20 years ago, an old 2-foot fish tank, made a wire lid, and they've served their purpose. They've done very, very well. But what we're going to do is we're going to put new shelves through this area here. We're going to stack them up, and basically what we're using is these bad boys here. That's right, these new low profile Exoterras. That's right, they come in a low profile. Now they, for instance, you know, these guys come in the 60s, which is going to be very efficient for me, and the 90 centimeter long ones as well. So the 60 centimeter long and 90 centimeter long. So here's one of the longer ones right here, the 90 centimeters. And what I really like about these enclosures basically is the cross ventilation. So basically the air is drawn through the bottom here and goes up out through the top. Now all the wire is stainless steel. So that means it's not going to break down with, you know, when sometimes you use water sprays, it can rust the tops, and then with a bit of pressure you can actually puncture a hole in it. That's pretty bad. I like them because they're lockable, they're quick and easy lockable enclosures. You know, hinge doors always a bonus. Sliding doors always get filled up with sand and just all sorts of horrible things. Nice and easy to clean. You can build this nice thick layer here of substrate, which is really good, and depending on the size of the enclosures and height, you can build that substrate out. Now, I'm always taking into effect that the more substrate you put in there, the heavier it's going to get. Really, the heavier it's going to get. Now, as you can see, I use a few of these Exoterras in all different sizes, and you know, it's just going to get used more and more because I really like them. They're a great enclosure. And like I said, easy. You can spray water in there. You can actually fill that bottom section with water if you really wanted to. You can use it for a semi-aquatic species. I've done that before and it works really well. Frogs, all sorts of things. Pretty cool. Actually, I'm just really super pumped about that. These guys here, getting these cages in. Now, the reason why I've chosen the low profile stuff, here's a rack that I built, geesh, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe. Yeah, that's right, pretty scary, isn't it? So I've got my lights sitting on top here, the heat lights, UV tubes sitting over the back there. They're a plastic box. It's not very friendly. It basically slides out, and I've got a nice deep substrate in here. And then basically in these enclosures, these are my raise out enclosures for my quarters, my short-tailed monitors. That's right. So these guys are all going to get an upgrade, and they're going to love it. You know, we're going to have this huge upgrade. We're going to take these guys out, we're going to move them into these enclosures on the new rack systems, and get all the heat set up so we get those really temperatures, get those temperatures really spot on. Now these guys like about the brevicorta, like in the Primordius, actually prefer very similar heat temperature zones, around about the 50 to 55 degrees under the heat, and they love that stuff. You know, it's crazy. You think it's crazy, but they love it. So we're going to be setting these up in the next couple of days. We're going to get that all organised. We're going to get our you wait till you see what it looks like when it's finished, guys. So we're going to fix it all up in here, make it all look nice and neat for these guys. They're going to love it. Going to get the high output T5 UV tubes, that's right, the Zoom Ed stuff, the cream of the crop. And these guys are going to love it because they're a desert dwelling species. They need the high output 10% UV light, they need high temperatures, and more importantly for the brevicorta, we need a good deep substrate. So that's the reason why we're using these other cages now. We're going to get at least a good 100mm deep substrate. Now you can see these guys have got some substrate in here, and they move it around and bury and burrow and do all sorts of cool things. And hopefully they're going to do exactly the same thing once we get these bad boys in. We're going to, you know, get that substrate nice and deep here, up to the bottom of the doors. You know, we can get the doors open. We can do everything that we need to do. Nice, good area, floor area. They're not a small enclosure. Everyone's going to say 60 centimeters by the 45. You should get the 90s. But the thing is, we're talking about small monitor species that typically don't move very far. So these guys are going to do really well in these small enclosures. Now the 90 centimeter ones, we're going to get some of those guys soon. And we're going to just change it up. We're going to make sure that these lizards are getting the best of the best. Because at the end of the day, long-lived animals do deserve the best. And you should always put in the extra effort to make sure they get exactly what they want and what they need to thrive in captivity. Now, I hope you guys have appreciated today. Today is just a little bit of a catch-up of where we're heading. I hope you guys give me a like for it. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And always, guys, thank you so much for watching CrittaCam.